After so many years, Tabata has finally revealed the land of the rising sun, something we have been craving for the longest time. A new continent, which means new content and new characters. And speaking of characters, we get introduced with two characters, but we were only told the name of one, which is Ryuya, and I honestly probably messed up on that name, so for short, I'm just gonna call him Ryu. But he happens to be the shogun of this entire nation, the general, and he looks just like Yami. He just has a ponytail and an eye patch. He looks exactly like Yami. Potentially could be his twin, but we will talk about that later in the video. However, this is huge because we're going to see Asta train like no other, and this could potentially be Asta's last training arc since we are in the last arc of Black Clover. But it won't be the last time of me telling you to subscribe to the channel with notification bells on and leave a like on this video. So the chapter starts off where we see the Black Bulls hideout and we see Luck and Magna doing their special training. And of course, they're making the loudest noise ever. Even Gray is telling them like, hey guys, we have to be quiet. That's what the Vice Captain Nock said. But Magna doesn't want to listen because he's claiming that Nock is a disgrace to the Black Bulls anyways. But the tone immediately switched from here when Nock told the Black Bulls to listen up. Since the Black Bulls that are here are unaware of the events that happened and took place between Asta, Lucius, and Sister Lily, Nock informs them and lets them know that Asta is dead. Since Sister Lily was the last one to use some magic spell against Asta with Beelzebub's spatial magic, Nock can only go based off that information, which he lets them know that he was wounded and potentially erased by spatial magic. And under these circumstances, it's only reasonable to assume that he's dead because they don't have a clue or have any idea what exactly happened when Sister Lily used that sacred devil power. After hearing the news from Nock, of course, every Black Bull member is completely stunned. They are shocked by this, especially for something like that to happen and they were not there. We see each of their reactions: Henry, Gordon, Charmy, Zora, Gray, Ghosh, and Gray is uttering to herself, that cannot be. We also see the reaction from Luck and Magna is like, if he went off and died on his own, I would never forgive him. But Nock explained to them that no matter how anyone feels, that is what happened, that's what transpired. However, I do not believe that he is dead. And the main reason why Nock refused to believe Asta is actually dead is because he did not see Asta's dead body with his own eyes. So until he does, he's going to think otherwise, that Asta is still out there, somewhere. And they are all like-minded in this situation. They all believe that Asta, without a doubt, is still alive. He's out there somewhere. With everyone agreeing that Asta is still alive, Nock says that it's unanimous then. We gotta go find him. So the Black Bulls now are in a similar situation when they went to a different country to find Yami and William to see if they were still alive to save them, even though, let's be honest, their main focus was on Yami. But now in this instance, they're going to go to a different continent, a new land, to find Asta. And I'm also excited to see their reaction when they enter the land of the rising sun as well, especially for Yami going back to his home country. Now in Yami's home country, we see Asta is finally waking up there and he's wondering what exact place is he in right now. And out of nowhere, we see this serving doll with tea for Asta, and honestly, Asta's reaction upon seeing this was my exact reaction. I'm like, wait, is that Charmy? Because that looks just like Charmy. And Asta is like, Charmy? Because Charmy has that exact same face. She makes the exact same facial expressions. So I thought it was really hilarious when Asta first saw this serving doll. Immediately he thought Charmy, because I thought the same. We then see this new character in this robe with an eye patch that looks just like Yami in his homeland, and he says, hey Asta, how are you feeling? And before I paid attention to the character behind him, I did notice the sword behind him as well. And I'm like, okay, so this guy clearly is also a swordsman. And I can't lie, I got excited when I saw this because I'm like, okay, Asta is about to go through another serious training arc and learn how to utilize the katana even better, which means we're going to see new power develop from here. Asta then proceeds to ask, who are you and how do you know my name? Asta then noticed that the wound that Lucius left him with now is healed. But the only person that he knows of that can heal such a wound is Mimosa, and he asks Ryu, are you the one that healed me? And he said, no, I don't have that kind of power, but my friend did. Asta also asks about Liba's whereabouts, but Ryu tells him that his friends are fixing him up. But the interesting thing that I took from this is that Ryu knows that Liba is a devil, so they know about devils in this country, which is very interesting because that means that they also have their own history fighting devils. So I hope we tap into more of that lore. Asta then asks, do you know Charmy? And I'm assuming he asking this question because he saw that serving doll that looks just like Charmy. And Ryu says, no, I have not met that one, but I have known Yami since childhood. And Asta's like, whoa, you're childhood friends with Captain Yami? And he noticed that their ki is quite similar. Now, this could be many reasons why their ki is quite similar. Now, this could be they have the same magic type, which I completely doubt. It can be because they are from the same country, so their ki is going to be similar. or they're from the same clan. They could be cousins, or they could be actual twin brothers. This honestly could be a Noct and Morgan parallel situation, and we know that Tabata loves doing parallels in the story, so it's possible that these two could be twin brothers, or there is definitely a strong connection between these two that goes beyond from them just being from the same country. There has to be a deeper connection, just like how we saw when Yami was able to pick up on William's ki, but also felt Patri's ki as well, said their ki feels quite the same. So soon we're definitely going to get a reveal between the connection of Yami and Ryu. He also explained the last time he saw Yami when he was at the age of 13. But does he still take long dumps? Which we know, of course, this is Yami's trademark. We know that he's always on the toilet. He then proceeds to reminisce about Yami and tell Asta that he always walks around with this mean look in his eyes. He acts real violent and he's very quick with his hands, but he's very afraid of bugs. He's not good with them at all. If you show him a bug, he will turn pale. But while Ryu and Asta are speaking, we see the new character to the side. We did not get her name yet in this chapter, but she looks very angry while hearing about Yami, and this lets me know she definitely knows who Yami is. But I have so many questions in my mind when I saw this, like, why is she looking like this? Like, did she had a crush on Yami and he left and she's pissed off about it? Or did she really hate him when she was a kid? There's a lot of possibilities there. Asta then ends the conversation saying that he lost track of time. He doesn't know where he's at, but he has to go back home fast. But Ryu tells him that there is no need for him to be in such a hurry. He's not in the best shape right now, but he understands how Asta feels. His heart just got broken and he was nearly killed by both the person that he loves and also the man that nearly killed him, that he views as a goal. His ultimate goal is to be the Wizard King. And Asta's like, how do you even know that? But Ryu tells him that his eye lets him see what he wants. And his eye also tells him that if Asta was to go back now, he would definitely lose. And this lets me know that his eye is able to see the outcome of the past and also the future of someone that he wants to see it from. But I'm assuming that once that eye patch is off, there could be some sort of hidden ability as well. But given that ability to see scenarios of the past and future, it lets me know that he's very similar to Lucius, how Lucius was able to see the tens of thousands of possible futures he can see in scenarios, but only one where the Clover Kingdom has the advantage, and that is because they have Yuno. He then tells Asta it's not like he can go back home with his own power anyways. And then we see the other new character who opens the door and we see the land of the rising sun. He introduced himself as Ryu and he tells Asta that he is the shogun of this country. You came all this way, so get yourself a power-up right here, right now. Now, obviously, Asta has already established Devil Union, and we know that he knows how to use the master version of it as well. But there is going to be techniques that he can learn here that can be extremely beneficial to his swordsmanship from Ryu. And I am very excited to see this because Asta is going to develop a power that's going to shock us all that can lead to his final training arc. And I will theorize about that in a separate video. But you guys let me know your thoughts, how you feel about this chapter. Also check out my other anime manga content. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. And I'm out.